Hello guys, this is your friend and we are back with a new fanfic. Which is what if Naruto decides it's time to drop the mask and take his shinobi career seriously part 2. And if you enjoy this fanfic then please press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more fanfic like this. And now let's start the fanfic. In the last chapter, the two massive jutsus collide with each other making a huge steam enveloping Naruto in it. Searching for Naruto's chakra through the smoke using his Sharingan, his reflexes shout at him to watch out. Quickly using the Kawarimi Justu with a log near the spectators, his back turned towards them, he sees the log being shredded with a Rasengan by Naruto. Going through the hand signs for the Chidori, he coats his hands with lightning and was going to attack Naruto, when he feels something against his throat. Looking down he sees Naruto's katana and then sees the Naruto in front of him dispelling. He then hears, "You lose, sensei," and moves his head to look into Naruto's cold eyes while gasps are heard from some of the spectators. Kakashi could not believe what he was seeing. It had happened to him once before when he was a Chunin and it happened again at this moment. Blonde hair flying wildly in the wind and Naruto's sword pressed against his throat. Just like Minato-sensei. He also got behind me like this during a spar when I was going to use the Chidori. Don't tell me Naruto learned that jutsu in 3 years, although he is his son. If anyone is to learn that jutsu, Naruto is probably the only one on the list to do so, thinks Kakashi while covering his Sharingan eye. Seeing Naruto remove and sheath his sword, he goes up to him and pats him on his back. "You have become strong, Naruto. Both your parents would be proud of you," while giving an eye smile to him, "although how did you get behind me so quickly? You should know how, sensei. During the taijutsu match when I caught hold of your wrist to stop your movement I marked you with the Hiraishin seal," responds Naruto while realization dawns on Kakashi's face. "So you have also become a seal master in these 3 years, very impressive Naruto," states Kakashi while they start walking towards the rest of the people present there. Watching both of them nearing, Sakura thinks of approaching Naruto to check on him for any injuries but Naruto just moves past her without even noticing her. Naruto walks up to Tsunade and puts on his necklace and chain first and then wears his red haori. "So Ba-chan, how was it? Are you satisfied with the result of my training?" asks Naruto while the rest of them are close to them. "Satisfied? I didn't expect you to go up against Kakashi and win the spar. Heck, I am also a Sannin and trained a student for 3 years like Jiraiya, but this is madness." "Jiraiya, what did you teach him?" questions Tsunade while looking at him. "Hey, don't blame me. I was just going to teach him a couple of things and go on to research for my book a bit, but he decided that it was time to change and made the plans himself. I just helped him with ninjutsu, gave him tips in taijutsu, checked over his fuinjutsu and got him a place to train in kenjutsu," replies Jiraiya. "That was so cool, Naruto. You just beat Kakashi-san in a spar, dude," Choji says while eating a bag of chips. "First of all, it was just a spar and not a real battle where Kakashi-sensei could have gone all out. Also, Sensei has been slacking in his training and skills ever since he left the Anbu." Kakashi takes out his book and waves his hand at Naruto. "Mama Naruto, I am fine but thank you for the worry. I am serious, Sensei. The world knows you as Sharingan no Kakashi, who doesn't belong to the Uchiha clan but can still use it effectively. You made that name for yourself while participating in the Third Ninja War and then carried that reputation with you in the Anbu. They still respect you in there, but what happened the first time you fought Zabuza?" Naruto asks. "He got caught in a water prison but we got him free and the second time Sensei killed him," Sakura defends him, completely forgetting the fact that she did nothing on the mission except maybe staring at the Uchihas while Naruto and Sasuke were the ones who saved him. "I know that and don't get me wrong, Sensei, you killed him the second time around, but you should have never been caught in the prison. Wasn't Itachi under your command in the Anbu units but the last time he put you in the hospital for a week? It may sound harsh, Sensei, but it is high time you lived up to your name." There should be self-doubt and fear in anyone's mind when going up against you. Kakashi ponders on what Naruto said. You are not wrong, Naruto. Maybe it's time I improve myself, and I wouldn't want all my students to surpass me while I am left behind, now do I. Kakashi says, thinking of accepting one of Guy's challenges in a while. I am impressed with your improvement, Naruto. I was going to give you the Jonin promotion anyways when you returned, but I decided to give it to you after the spar, Tsunade says while Shizune hands him the vest. Wait, he is just a genin, shouldn't he be promoted to Chunin first, and doesn't one have to give an exam for promotion? Kiba asks, jealousy visible on his face. As a matter of fact, he got promoted to Chunin 3 years ago before he left for the training trip. He has been a Chunin longer than you, and secondly Jonin are promoted in 2 ways, either by taking an exam or by direct promotion from the Hokage, Tsunade informs him, and by default everyone. But what did he do to get a direct promotion to Jonin by you? He just beat Kakashi-san in a spar, that is it, Kiba says. See what I am talking about, sensei. Ninjas like him take you very lightly, thinking that the history books exaggerate your skills. He thinks beating you in a spar is not good enough to see my skills and promote me, Naruto voices. As I was saying before, Naruto got promoted 3 years ago, and during the last 3 months of his trip, Naruto has been doing various solo missions and killing numerous A-ranked missing ninjas from the bingo book, states Tsunade while Naruto picks up the vest from Shizune and seals it away. Hey, his entry in the bingo book is downright bad from the actual skills he possesses, Jiraiya says, catching everyone's interest. He has an entry in the bingo book. What is it that you cannot do, Naruto? Neji asks Naruto. Waving his hands in a carefree manner, Naruto says, it's nothing serious. All my skills are based on my performance in the Chunin exams. Although it does help if people underestimate me from the beginning, wouldn't you agree, Neji? Naruto asks cheekily, smiling at him. You learned how to use a sword, Naruto. That is good. I would love to spar sometimes, seeing as you are the only one who knows how to use a sword amongst us. Tenten days, happy that she would have someone else than a training dummy to practice it. Lifting his haori a bit to eye his katana, he focuses his attention on her. Yeah, it's my mother's katana and I had to learn it. So I told Ero Sennin that I was bringing it with me. There is something written on the handle of the sword, Naruto. What is it? Kurenai asks. That is a seal that I made especially for the sword, Naruto states. You know sealing, Naruto-san, but why did you not show any of it in the spar right now? Voices Shino, making everyone know that he is also present there. When you have a sealing master like Jiraiya with whom you can test your skills in it, one doesn't need to show everything he has, now does he? Naruto says. Then Jiraiya-sama, please tell us on what level is Naruto in Fuinjutsu according to you? Asuma asks. The damn brat's a seal master like me. No, scratch that, he is better than me in Fuinjutsu, Jiraiya informs to the shock of everyone. Tsunade decides to tell him, don't joke around, Jiraiya, I know you taught him Fuinjutsu, but stop exaggerating. He may have become a seal master, but better than you. I am not joking, Tsunade. I may have studied and perfected all the seals that the Uzumaki clan made, but they did not stop at 100 seals, did they? They continued creating more seals. The moment Naruto learned every seal from the scrolls, he was on my level, but the moment he started creating his own seals, he surpassed me. And they are not just any ordinary seals, and then turns to Kakashi, tell me, Kakashi, did you feel something different in the spar? Yeah, in the ninjutsu spar when he was making jutsus, I could not see him mold any chakra with my Sharingan. I would have been able to predict when his attacks would come, and that gives me an important advantage against many shinobis, but it was not the case against him. Jiraiya nods and then looks to Neji, activate your Byakugan, kid, and tell me what you see. Deciding not to question him, he does so and is shocked to see, nothing, I don't see anything. How is this possible? No chakra are his Tenketsu points. Hinata, hearing that, activates her Byakugan to see Naruto and confirms Neji's answer. Naruto sighs and decides to answer his confusion. I created a seal which suppressed my chakra, making it easy to do stealth missions, but I realized that dojutsus like the Sharingan and Byakugan would be able to still see my chakra, and then decided to create a seal which hides my entire chakra network from them. It is like a wall between the eyes and me which cannot be penetrated. Ah, smart. Very smart, Naruto. With this seal, a Sharingan user also won't be able to copy your jutsus, Kakashi states. That was the idea behind the seal. I know that I will fight Sasuke in the future, and if he is not able to see me weave chakra, he will not know the correct amount of chakra needed for the jutsu. Although, it shouldn't matter because for that I also brought the hand signs needed for my jutsu to a max of 3 signs. See, that is a seal he made himself along with many others, some of which even I had a problem understanding, Jiraiya states. Hinata is pretty upset that she would not be able to use her Byakugan to stalk follow, yes, follow her Naruto-kun. The only advantage she had over other fangirls Sasuke had was that she was able to find him in a matter of minutes. Now she was just an ordinary fangirl because of the stupid seal. You shouldn't have made that seal, Naruto-kun, she says, imagining that she is thinking saying that. Looking at the rest, she realizes that she had said it out loud if their stare meant anything. And pray tell Hinata, why shouldn't have I made the seal? Naruto asks her. Already a bit red from the embarrassment of thinking out loud, she goes fully red-faced now by his question. What was she supposed to say? The truth? Absolutely not. How could she tell him that she likes him? She will wait for the moment when he is on the doors of death and then suddenly find the courage to tell him, because if she did it earlier she didn't know what would happen. Byth that I meant that if my CL clan heard of such a seal, then they would try to go aga against UA and do something, stammers Hinata while poking her fingers. And what could they possibly do to me? Asks Naruto, pretty interested in knowing the answer to that. What she meant by that, Naruto, is that the clan won't take lightly the fact that there is a seal like that which completely blocks out our eye, Neji informs him for Hinata. Why does it matter? It is only me who has the seal applied. Will they fear that I will go Itachi on them and wipe off the whole clan in a single night? Naruto snickers at that while watching the gaping mouth of most of them. Jiraiya just slams his head with the palm of his hand while Kakashi shakes his head at him. Tsunade hits him on the back of his head. Don't speak like that, brat. He is right to think that. The Hyuga clan's taijutsu style works by seeing the opponent's chakra system and stopping it. You, for fuck's sake. Am I selling the seal in all the other villages or even in my village? No, right, then there is nothing to worry about it. And what will they do if I decide to sell the seal in the shops of the village? Attack me, a fellow Konoha shinobi, for doing what a seal master does, make seals and earn money from it. Jiraiya decides to diffuse the tension in the air. Give me your sword, Naruto. Why? What would you do with it? Don't question me, just give it. Naruto takes out the sword from the scabbard on his waist for the first time. It was visible for everyone to see. The handle is made of wood and painted in white with golden diamond marks on it at equal intervals. A golden circular guard with a red collar blade separated the handle from the blade. The blade was gray in color with black on the sides of it. Holding the guard and showing the handle to everyone, Kurenai asked earlier what was written on it. This is also a seal and Naruto will show you what it does. With that, he throws the sword for it to implant in the ground upright. Naruto just looks at Jiraiya, giving him a "WTF was that" expression, and why have you done that? Now go on and bring it back. Come on, brat, don't be a spoilsport and do it. Look at them, captivated and watching for something to happen in fascination, Jiraiya whispers to Naruto while leaning towards him. Naruto looks around to see most of them watching either him or the sword. Shaking his head, he turns towards the sword and stretches his right hand towards it. Sensing the reverse Hiraishin seal on it, he focuses on it and summons the sword in his hand in a yellow flash. Swinging his sword a bit, he lifts his haori and sheathes his sword. Turning around, he sees everyone stunned and watching him for an explanation. Sighing, he says, I invented a seal that would summon the sword in my hands. So if I left it in my house or someone stole it, or if I drop it in a fight, I can summon it in my hands and surprise someone with that. That is impressive. No one would expect you to suddenly have a sword that you just lost in a fight. You also know how to effectively use a sword and channel your chakra into it. Genius, Asuma comments, genuinely impressed by him. And to think that I asked what you saw in Naruto, too-san. It's like only you saw the potential in him. You always had a good eye for spotting talent, Asuma thinks, remembering the time Hiruzen was impressed by Naruto learning a forbidden ninjutsu from the Forbidden Scroll. Hey Naruto, how did you get behind Kakashi-san like that? You just teleported or something, was it a shunshin? Naruto hears Ino ask while seeing everyone pretty interested to hear his answer. Nah, who uses the shunshin when you can use a better jutsu to teleport, states Naruto while revealing a three-pronged kunai from the seal on his wrist, but because it is covered by his haori, it looked magic to them except to some who knew a bit about sealing. Tsunade, Shizune, Asuma, Kurenai, and Guy watch at the kunai in shock while the rest are a bit confused by what Naruto means by that. Sakura watches the older generation shocked by the kunai. The only people giving different reactions are Jiraiya, who is smiling proudly, and Kakashi, who seems lost in his thoughts. You don't seem surprised by this, sensei. Can you tell us what this is? Asks Sakura. Coming out of his dream world, Kakashi sees the Konoha 11 except Naruto, expecting an answer from him. Sighing, he says, it's the kunai which the fourth Hokage used to perform his famous Hiraishin jutsu, with which he alone destroyed 1,000 Iowa shinobis and single-handedly won Konoha the Third Ninja War. The shock was written on all of their faces, except for Shino, whose face was covered by a hood and sunglasses. But it wasn't on the fact that the fourth Hokage won them the war alone, everyone knew it, but on the fact that. What? How does Naruto know that jutsu? He can't do it, shouts Kiba. You are right, everyone hears Naruto say, how would I, a clan-less orphan according to you Kiba, know this jutsu? Well, it turns out, I am not without a clan, Kiba-chan, Naruto says, and then shows them the picture of his parents, opening up his pendant. I am Uzumaki Namikaze Naruto, son of Namikaze Minato, the fourth Hokage, and Uzumaki Kushina, the heiress of Uzushio. He wanted to laugh so badly seeing their faces and jaws hit the ground, but he controlled it. You laughed at the fact that I had no parents, that I belonged to no clan. Both Kiba and Sasuke continued to call me that even after growing up, but I learned something interesting. Kiba, you want to know? Asks Naruto, looking at him while Kiba for once decided to just listen to him. The Uzumaki clan were close relatives to the Senju clan. They considered each other like cousins, but the relationship only got better when Mito Uzumaki married the first Hokage, Hashirama Senju. So you see, I am distantly related to all the Hokages of the village. Ba-chan here is the granddaughter of Mito Uzumaki and Hashirama Senju, so I am related to Hashirama and Tobirama Senju, the first and second Hokage. I saw the Sandaime Hokage as a grandfather, and he also considered me as a grandson in all but blood and treated me like it. And I am the son of the fourth Hokage, the hero of the village who saved Konoha from the Kyuubi. And I call the current Hokage Ba-chan out of love, but it seems she is my distant aunt or something, informs Naruto while Tsunade is crying a bit out of happiness that someone from her family is alive. Do you know what will happen, Kiba, if the village knows of this? I am practically royalty in this village, and to think that they treated the Uchiha prick like that all because his clan died. But I don't need their pity or want them to treat the path I walk on like it's made of gold, says Naruto. Watching them for a minute in silence, he notices that Guy, Asuma, and Kurenai are stunned by the revelation while the rest of his generation has nothing to say. The cats got their tongue now, huh? Choji, Shino, and Shikamaru were just neutral with me all the time, while Hinata has a crush on me and just stalked me. Although Shikamaru seems to be in deep thought, has he figured it out? Ponders Naruto. I am sorry Naruto for how I behaved with you in the academy days and still called you a loser of late, Kiba apologizes to him. Even though we didn't talk much, I also called you names with everyone in the academy. Forgive me as well, pleads Ino. Aha. Now that you know who my parents are and what political power I can hold in this village the day I reveal my heritage, you want to avoid it. So both of you are apologizing right now, Naruto says. That is not true. I have realized now what all I have done. I wasn't good in the academy like the rest, and seeing as you were always below, I decided that I would join the others and belittle you so that the same thing wouldn't happen to me. That habit got carried on and I called you a loser while being a ninja to remind me that myself that you would never be better than me, replies Kiba truthfully while looking at the ground in shame. Naruto looks toward Ino to see her slowly nod as well. Come on kid, you can forgive them. They are ashamed of their actions and are admitting it, Jiraiya says while keeping a hand on his shoulder. Naruto was aware that Kiba was telling the truth because he could sense his emotions. Fine, I forgive you. We were children anyways at that time and they are not supposed to use their minds to think. They just follow the crowd. Kiba and Ino both look happy to hear that while the older generation is happy that there are no ill feelings between them. But why would someone target him for 4+ years like that? I mean he was just last in his class only and nothing else, was he? Tamari asks while Lee and Tenten nod, not seeing any logic in treating someone so harshly. I have been meaning to ask you something Naruto, Shikamaru says. So you have concluded Shikamaru. It's good that this will also be cleared here, thinks Naruto. I always thought about how you had so much chakra in you or how you healed pretty quickly unlike the rest of us. With your birth date being the 10th of October and your father the 4th Hokage. But he isn't allowed to finish as Naruto speaks. You have thought correct Shikamaru. 16 years ago, on October 10th when the Kyuubi attacked the village, my father did not kill it. It is not possible for a beast made of chakra to die, so he sealed it. In you. He sealed the 9 tails in his son to protect the village, informs Shikamaru while the rest of them are shocked by the revelation. Naruto looks up to the sky while speaking, yes, in me. He couldn't ask for anyone else child if he could not do it to his son. As a Hokage of the village, he sacrificed himself and sealed the Kyuubi into me. At that Naruto turns towards the rest and asks. And what did I get in return for housing the Kyuubi, being its jailer, and saving this village from the Kyuubi every goddamn second, hour, day, month, and year of my life? Nothing but hate. Hate from the villagers, from most of the shinobis and academy teachers. They declared me as the Kyuubi in human form and I got scorned and yelled at for no reason. The academy teachers sabotaged my teachings because who would want a demon brat to gain knowledge? They taught me everything wrong and kicked me out of the class for no reason. Sandame Jii-chan thought that the children my age would treat me like a kid, how wrong he was. The kids in my class just followed the teachers and picked on me. My life was hell every day, not allowed to enter stores or get food. Even if I got something, it was overpriced 3 or 4 times, and what do you expect for a 6 or 7-year-old to buy his food and go shopping? No, that's what parents are there for, the orphanage to take care of little children. But you know what's funny? I got kicked out of the orphanage when I was 5 because the matron also hated me for something I had no control over. I lived on the streets for 2 weeks and scrapped for food in the bins near restaurants. Do you realize how crazy is this for a 5-year-old to live on the streets and find a roof under boxes in alleyways? I did not ask for any of this. Heck, I was only in the world for a few hours and the Kyuubi got sealed in me. I had absolutely no say over it, says Naruto, closing his eyes as a tear drops on his cheek, remembering his past. While most of the females were openly crying hearing all this, and the males were looking everywhere but him, what were they supposed to do in this situation? Even Guy and Lee were standing silently near him. Now that you think of it, if I decided like Sasuke to only follow the path of revenge, I would have also turned out like him. Becoming a traitor or a missing ninja. Funny how my parents died to protect this village while their son sought to destroy it. Naruto speaks and senses Asuma, Kurenai, and Guy tensing a bit at that. But if it wasn't for Sandame Gigi and the father-daughter duo at Ichiraku's who decided to be the only ray of light in the darkness, I don't know where I would have been today. They accepted me as Naruto and not the beast. With that came Iruka-sensei, who was the first to declare from the academy that he believed in my naive dream of becoming Hokage. After that, I met Konohamaru and his two friends who only saw me as their boss and big brother, unlike the rest of the pathetic villagers. Now how could I release the Biju with all of them in the village, especially 3 little kids like them? Then I met Kakashi-sensei, who was better than the rest, and Ero Sennin, who taught me something properly all my life. Lastly, I connected with Ba-chan and Shizune-chan. You lot have no idea of what life I have had to live. Consider yourself very lucky that you have had your parents take care of you, says Naruto, smiling in between while thinking about all of the ones he cares for. And there he goes and declares who he cares for in the village. Sometimes I wonder if something happens to the ones he cares for, will he stay in the village and protect it? I wouldn't blame him if he goes to desert the village, Jiraiya thinks. But then how could you stay so happy all of the time in the academy, Naruto? If anything, you should have been broody or something like Sasuke, Choji asks. That was nothing, just an act. I was a child back then, naive to the last bone. I did not understand why everyone hated me back then, so I decided to grab everyone's attention. I started doing pranks and being loud in class to draw attention. It got me the attention, just negative of what I wanted. I was termed as a loser, loud and annoying kid, but that was fine for me. Anything other than the hate-filled eyes worked for me. It was all just a mask I wore all the time. I am from another village, and most of the villages think that Konoha is a great village because of its victories in war and shinobis like the Hokages, Sanins, and many others, but who knew that behind all of that the villagers are so blinded by hate. Respectfully, Hokage-sama, you all may be great people, but most of the villagers are fucking stupid, Tamari says. To kick out a child no older than 5 and force him out of all the shops, it's just, I don't know what to think about all of this. You have changed my view of Konoha upside down in half an hour, Naruto. I will have to talk to father for a bit regarding this, Shikamaru replies and decides to go on his way home. Seeing him walk away and nothing to talk about but think about everything they learned today, everyone started leaving after that. Walking up to Kurenai, he asks her, Kurenai-san, is it true that you were on my mother's genin team? Yes, I was on her team with 2 other classmates, about whom we shall nothing about because they are not important to the story. May both of them be happy wherever they are, amen. Could you tell me about her, on what she was like? I heard about my father from Ero Sennin during my training, inquires Naruto. I would gladly tell you, Naruto. You deserve to know about her after how the village has treated you. Thank you, Kurenai-san. I will meet you in an hour or so. You can just call me Kurenai now, Naruto. We are equal in rank now. And meet me at my house then, Kurenai informs him. Naruto just nods to her and decides to go home and take a warm bath. 30 minutes later, changing into a different set of clothes, he decides to cook himself something to eat. Getting up, he opens the fridge in his kitchen and takes out raw meat and cooks it in oil using salt, pepper, and butter. Inhaling the smell of it, he puts it on a plate and pours himself a glass of juice. Washing the dishes, he checks the time to see that he has 10 before going to Kurenai's house. He leaves his sword hanging on the wall. No need to bring my sword to someone's house, looking like ready to fight her. Also, people will find me weird if I constantly roam with it. I could just summon it if need be. Stepping out of his house, he starts walking. After 5 minutes of randomly walking and spotting children playing in the parks, he turns and walks towards Kurenai's house. The desert's near Suna. 2 people wearing black cloaks with red clouds on them could be seen walking toward Suna. Their heads were covered with straw hats that hid their face, and the only way to tell them apart was from their height. The one on the left was tall and while the one beside him was hunched over. So, we have to get this guy and then go after the spy you have working for Orochimaru. The taller of the two asks. Yes, those are our orders. But we don't even know if that man has turned against us and told Orochimaru everything. That can't be helped, even I don't know what happens after the jutsu is cast. More importantly, will just the bag be enough? We will be fighting a Jinchuriki here. All my jutsu are works of art. After all, true art is an explosion. At Kurenai's house, Kurenai was sitting on her couch, reading a magazine when she hears a knock on her door. Putting down the magazine, she gets up and opens the door to see Naruto standing there with a smile. She feels heat rise up her cheeks as she checks his outfit. Oh God, he had to go and wear a blue t-shirt with a Jonin vest above it. If his face didn't remind me of my crush since my academy days, then now his clothing surely does, Kurenai thinks, blushing madly remembering the fourth Hokage. Naruto raises an eyebrow on seeing her face and wonders if she has a crush on him like her student, but quickly decides against it and clears his thought. Are you alright, Kurenai-san? You look a bit red, he asks. I am fine, nothing wrong. Please come in, Kurenai says quickly, trying to hide her embarrassment, and steps aside for him to walk in. Walking in, he looks around to see a trio of couches near the wall with a stand for magazines nearby it and a kitchen on the left of the sofas. Please sit, Naruto, I will make some coffee for you. Naruto looks at her and nods. Sitting down on the couch, he picks up a random magazine to read for a bit. Hearing a clattering sound, he turns to see a spoon hit the floor. He spots Kurenai bend a bit, her butts towards him to see. Watching it for a second, he quickly averts his gaze from them. What am I doing? I shouldn't have stared at it. Thank heavens she didn't catch me looking. Although her black hair with Uchiha-like red eyes makes her beautiful. With that figure of hers, no wonder she is one of the most desirable women in the village, Naruto thinks, and looks back to see Kurenai coming towards him with a tray. Keeping the tray on the table, she picks up the container and pours coffee into different glasses for both of them. She then asks him, what's with the change in clothes, Naruto? Not that I don't like it. So you like seeing me in this, huh? Naruto questions her and smiles, seeing her blush. Just kidding, Kurenai-san. I told you to just call me Kurenai. You are a Jonin now and also my sensei's son. I don't want to be a stranger to you. I would much love it if you called me Kurenai-chan or something. As I was saying, Kurenai, I saw my father's picture in this outfit once and decided to wear it for a day or so that people would at least know my rank. Also, Ba-chan decided to tell the entire village about my heritage tomorrow, Naruto informs her. You resemble your father a lot in it. It's good you dyed your hair red a bit to honor your mother. She was a fine kunoichi of the village, probably one of the best in her generation. Naruto decides to stay quiet and hear everything she says. She was friends with Makoto Uchiha, Sasuke's mother. She loved her children as well, especially Itachi, who she found cute and tried to bring more out of him, says Kurenai. Wait, what? She was friends with Sasuke's mother and found Itachi cute, confused about how someone could find him cute, then remembers that Itachi was just a kid then. She was with her on her genin team and their friendship only grew over the years. As for Itachi, he found her a relief whenever he visited her with Makoto. Itachi was always pressurized by his father into studies, so he always went with Makoto whenever she went to meet Kushina. Our mothers were also friends, Sasuke. By hearing Kurenai, it seems like they were very close to each other, and to think we were also the best of friends once. Although she seems to be Itachi's aunt or something, thinks Naruto. She was always excited about the tiniest of things. Think of her joy when she found out she was pregnant with you. She told us about it during a team meeting, Kurenai informs him. She was happy even before seeing me born. Just the news of having a child brought joy to her. Tu-san would also have been happy. And she never discouraged anyone to do something. When I told her that I wanted to excel in genjutsu, she always supported me and helped me in any way possible. She is generally cheery, but when someone threatens something precious to her, she doesn't leave that person alive, Kurenai says. I thought that this village did not deserve me, but only a few people were important in it. I did not know what I would do if something happened to all of them, but maybe I will protect this village like Tu-san and Ka-chan would have wanted me to, Naruto says while Kurenai smiles at that. Kurenai gets up and takes the plates to the kitchen to wash for later. Coming back to sit and talk a bit to know her sensei's son this time properly, her leg hits the back of the table leg and she falls on Naruto, who catches her but falls on the sofa. With his head and back pressed on the couch and Kurenai on top, he looks deeply into her eyes and says. Going through a few hand seals, his hand gets covered in a green aura and activates an anti-pregnancy jutsu. He lies beside Kurenai on the bed and stays there for a minute. Getting up and wearing his boxers and pants followed by his blue t-shirt, he seals his vest and turns around to see Kurenai in her leg-tight skirt and black bra since he cut her shirt. You know how to do medical ninjutsu as well? Kurenai asks, seeing his hand in green. Nah, that was just an anti-pregnancy jutsu. I am not able to do medical ninjutsu, but I still read about its basics, how to first aid, and perform a few surgeries if necessary, Naruto informs her. I will be going now, Kurenai, and decides to head for the door when he hears her say. Please sleep with me, Naruto, for a bit. You can head home later in the evening, Kurenai pleads to him. Well, we have had, so I don't see any problem in that, and moves next to her to lay down. Kurenai draws the bed cover on them and lays her head on his chest. Hold me for now while we sleep. Naruto smiles at her and slips his left hand on her back and pulls her towards him. He kisses her on the lips for a few seconds and then closes his eyes. Kurenai sighs and proceeds to sleep while holding him. 3 hours later, around 7 in the evening, Naruto opens his eyes slowly and yawns, only to realize that some weight that on his chest. Looking sideways, he sees Kurenai peacefully sleeping and remembers how he got here. He sees her only in a black bra holding her lovely and kisses her forehead slightly. Deciding to get up, he removes her hold from him and goes to prepare some coffee. Getting the smell of coffee in her nose, she stirs up and rubs her eyes. Yawning, she gets up and walks to the living room to see Naruto sitting on of the bigger couches and recalls what happened. Walking up to him, she watches a coffee now cold, probably made for her, but she woke up a bit late. Removing the magazine from his hands, she sits on his lap and presses her back against his chest while moving his hands to hold her stomach. Not that I minded, but why are you not wearing a top or something? Naruto asks, seeing her only in a bra. I don't mind. You have already seen me, now be quiet and hold me. We are no boyfriend-girlfriend, then why are you making me hold you? Naruto asks. Kurenai sighs at her ruined mood and turns towards him. I thought about something in my sleep and I have decided on it. Do tell me what you have decided. Naruto asks her while she turns around and places her head on his shoulder. Naruto strengthens his hold on her and brings her body closer. I make you my brother from now. Of course, it is not official or something, but I make you one. Naruto dumbly at her for a moment and then asks, and why would you do that? Did we not have some hours ago? Yes, Naruto-chan. He gags a bit at that name, and since we can't be in a love relation, I want some relation with you, so why not one of siblings? And it's not like we will continue having, it was a one-time thing, mister, she says, the last part glaring at him. Of course, ma'am, I didn't even think of having, Naruto informs her and sighs silently when she looks away. Brilliant. From now on you will call me Kurenai-ne-chan and hug and kiss my cheek in the public, whenever and wherever you see me, she informs him. What the fuck? Why would I do that, and that too in public? Because I am your big sister and you can show her some love and affection, won't you? She says as she turns around to look at him teary-eyed. Not able to see her like that, he replies, fine, you win. I will do it. Kurenai giggles happily at that. Damn it. Women are so troublesome. She just had with me and now asks me to be her little brother and shit. Upon that she makes the demand of hugging and kissing her. You can never tell what is going inside a woman's mind, Naruto thinks. And lastly, you have to keep your sister happy, which means accepting whatever she says and holding her like this whenever she asks and comforting her. Naruto sighs at this and wonders how he got into the whole predicament. I should have just said no to her when she asked me to have. To the outside world she is so serious and cold to men, but who knew she could make demands like this? Although she lost both her parents around my age and has been living alone since. Maybe she wants to connect with me because of Ka-chan, Naruto muses. I can't say no to these demands now, can I? He asks her only to get a shake of the head in return. Fine then Kurenai-chan, I will do as you say to keep you happy. Kurenai quickly turns around and hugs him tightly while Naruto holds her and hears her sniff a bit. She is crying. She is very vulnerable on the inside as she wants someone with her generally, and someone could easily take advantage of her if he comes to look at her like this. I just accepted it to make you happy, but I think that I might have to take the role seriously. Ne-chan, Naruto thinks and smiles to himself at the thought while stroking her back and hair softly. She holds onto him a bit, enjoying the feeling of care. She then removes herself from the hug. Now, I don't want to see crying so much, do I, Ne-chan? Naruto asks her, instantly lifting her mood on hearing that. I wanted to tell you something, Naruto, Kurenai says while keeping her hands on top of his. Hearing Naruto hum in response, she tells him. Do you know that Hinata has liked you since she has been a child? Well, I didn't know it always, but I noticed it while reading some romance novels and realized that she has feelings for me, Naruto informs her. Kurenai waits for him to say something, but after 10 to 15 seconds of silence, she turns her head to look at him. That's it, you have nothing else to say to that? Naruto raises his eyebrow a bit in confusion at that and speaks. What exactly am I to say to that? She likes me but I do not like her. Is it necessary for me to like her if she has feelings for me? If that is true, then why did Sakura not love me when I had a crush on her? Naruto asks her. Having no reply to his question, she remains to be silent for a few seconds. She will be really heartbroken, Naruto. She has seen you as her strength since she was little. Why is that? What did I do? Well, she told me that she was getting bullied once and you saved her when you took on 3 boys and got beaten. Anyone with the right mind would protect someone who is getting bullied. I was just there at that time and she just sees me as a source of strength and likes to think that if I am near her, she will be able to be strong. Don't say it like that. She genuinely likes you and probably loves you. And what I feel in this matter doesn't matter. I know you are her sensei, but is it my job to like her and keep her satisfied? Am I her pet? Do I have no right to choose who I love? Naruto asks her and watches as she tries to comprehend everything. Then what will you do? I cannot tell her that you don't like her. Who says anything about telling her? If she really loves me, then she wouldn't be shy and weird and talk to me. Maybe I would have ended up liking her, but she was never there for me, just stalked and followed me like a creep with that Byakugan of hers. If and when she tells me about her feelings, I will tell her all of this that I told you, otherwise she can watch me as much as she wants and be stuck having a crush on me for the rest of her life. Kurenai feels a bit upset about that but understands things from his view as well. Seeing her a bit sad, he sighs and says, Rest up for the night, we have had a wild day today, he jokes, trying to distract her from the topic. Carry me to my room, Kurenai asks him and smiles, seeing him sigh a bit and pick her up by the knees and waist. Placing her on the bed, he covers her and decides that it's finally time to leave but is stopped by her hand. You are forgetting something, Naruto-chan, and taps her cheeks a bit. He goes down to her level and kisses both her cheek, watching her smile peacefully. Oh, and don't mention any of this that happened today to anyone, I have an image to maintain for the villagers, she asks him sweetly. Nodding at that, he leaves her room and opens the door to her house. Stepping out, he creates a clone. Henge into a nearby plant or stone, and keep an eye out for anyone disturbing her, and if you sense some trouble, dispel immediately, understood? Seeing his clone nod at the question and henge into a pot, he leaves and vanishes in a yellow flash to arrive inside his house. Smelling from he decides to take a shower while making a clone to make dinner. Walking up from the shower in a blue bathrobe, he sits on a chair to eat his dinner. He had been allowed to rest tomorrow and expected to return to shinobi duty the day after tomorrow. In Sunagakure, a white bird, made from clay, could be seen going away from the village. Upon a closer look, you could see Deidara standing on top of it while its tail had an unconscious Gaara wrapped in it. My man Sasori would be tired of waiting for me, Deidara says to himself. Kankuro starts running towards him, trying to chase and stop him from taking Gaara alive. Mission accomplished, Sasori, Deidara tells him while the bird descends near him. You are late, I told you not to keep me waiting. Cut me some slack, this guy was pretty strong. I guess they didn't make him the cage at such a young age for no reason, Deidara informs him. A large explosion could be heard behind them, blocking the way for shinobis to get in and out of Suna easily. It looks like they fell for your trap, Sasori my man. Of course. Traps are made to be fallen into. Kankuro sets himself free from the stones using a puppet summon and sees the footmark of two people in the sand. There were two of them here. One attacked the village and took Gaara while the other took care of our village border. Will I be able to defeat even one of them? No, it doesn't matter, I have to try for Gaara, and runs to catch up to them while Baki was ordering the village for now and asked to send an emergency mission for the Leaf Village. Sasori suddenly stops on his way, resulting in Deidara stopping and asking him. What is it, Sasori my man? I never thought that someone would be able to follow us. Deidara seemed perplexed by that but heard a voice behind him. Hold it. You will return Gaara to me. Kankuro yells. Deidara, you go on, I will take on him, and jumps in between the two. Kankuro spreads the 3 scrolls that were on his back and summons his 3 puppets to fight, not knowing that he was taking on Akasuna no Sasori. Defeating him and leaving him poisoned, Sasori joined Deidara and they both reached a cave an hour later. Walking in, they saw a hologram of their leader waiting for them. You are late. Prepare immediately for the ceiling, the leader said to them. The Jinchuriki was unexpectedly strong and I underestimated him a bit, Deidara informs him. Walking up to Gaara, he goes through 6 different hand signs. Tiger, snake, rat, ox, dog, ram. Smashing his hand on the ground, summoning a large statue behind him. The rest of the 7 members of the group also appear as holograms and stand on one of the fingers. From now, it will take 3 days and 3 nights to completely seal the 1 tails. And Zetsu, you keep watch on the outside and inform us if anyone is approaching, he tells everyone as they all form hand signs. The statue opens its mouth and a blue aura appears from it, forming around Gaara and taking his Jinchuriki chakra from him. 2 days since the return. Naruto woke up at 7 the next morning and walks to the washroom to brush his teeth. Turning on the shower and stepping into the hot water, he washes his body and steps out with a towel wrapped around his body. Walking up to his closet, he recollects that he has to start his shinobi duties from today and decides to wear brown leather pants with a red shirt on top of it. The ankles are covered with white tape and he completes his look by draping over himself a long black cloak reaching just below his knees. This cloak that I found is really good. It can cover me completely when required and hides my katana as well, providing an element of surprise. Naruto ponders on the thought and keeps the cloak unbuttoned for now. Arriving downstairs, he goes into the kitchen and prepares eggs with bread for breakfast with a glass of apple juice. Eating it and washing the dishes, he picks up his sword from the shelf and uses the cord to tighten the sheath around his waist with the handle coming to the right of his waist while the end of the scabbard reaches a bit below his calves. Buttoning the top button of his cloak near his neck, he covers his entire outfit, with his hands and sword hidden under the cloth. Closing the door of his compound, he jumps to the nearest building and runs to the Hokage Tower. Going inside and arriving at the Hokage's office, he knocks on the door and enters the room. Entering, he sees the serious expression on their faces when Tsunade asks him, "Brat, how are we supposed to call you for emergency missions or any other thing when you are in your house which has probably 1,000 seals to protect it?" Naruto scratches the back of his head a bit and chuckles. I don't really know about that, Ba-chan. We will just have to hope that when I am in my house no important mission comes, Naruto states with uncertainty, finding no solution for it. Shizune voices her opinion on it. "Tsunade-sama, why don't you allow Naruto to sign the slug summoning contract which would allow you to call him?" "That could be done, but I have already signed the toad summoning contract, so wouldn't that create a problem?" Naruto says. "If he signs the slug contract, he doesn't have to use them in battle. They could work between us as messengers. I get his messages only when he sends a toad, but with this, I would easily be able to check on him by sending a smaller Katsuyu." Tsunade thinks and goes through the seals for summoning jutsu after drawing a bit of blood. Kuchio's no Justu, summoning technique. In a puff of smoke, a small slug appears on her table. "Katsuyu, I wanted Naruto to sign the slug contract so that I could call him for missions and get updates from him whenever necessary. Can he sign it?" she asks the slug. "Naruto, why does this name feel similar?" You were the boy who fought with Jiraiya-sama and Lady Tsunade against Orochimaru, weren't you?" And gets a nod in return. "He has the toad summoning contract, Lady Tsunade, then why would you want him to sign another contract?" "I wouldn't call upon you in a battle to fight for me, Lady Katsuyu," Naruto says, bowing a bit. "My house is locked up with seals most of the time, and if in case of an emergency she can call me when necessary." The slug looks at Tsunade to see her nod and then brings out the contract from her mouth. Opening it, Naruto cuts his thumb, lifting his sword a bit from under his cloak, and writes his name in blood, allowing him to summon the slugs. "Now Naruto-kun, you just have to apply a bit of chakra to summon a smaller version of me to send a message to Lady Tsunade," and with that, she vanishes in a puff of smoke. "Well then, Ba-chan, what was the emergency you wanted to call me for?" Remembering the reason she wanted him here, she tells him, "Naruto, last night we got a message from Suna stating that their cage got captured by the Akatsuki last night." Naruto is confused as to why the Akatsuki would capture the cage. "What the fuck? Why would the Akatsuki capture? Oh shit, Gaara's the cage?" Naruto asks. He sees Shizune nod a bit at that and clenches his fist. If Gaara was made cage, then the village would have started to love him, and he wanted to protect his village. He had such a terrible childhood like me, and now that things were looking up for him, the Akatsuki captured him. "When did this all happen?" Naruto asks her. "The day you returned. They attacked the village hidden in the sand. That is what we get from the letter, and today their message reached me in the morning around 6, Tsunade informs him. "Well then, assign me a mission or something. What are we waiting for?" Naruto asks her, desperately wanting to save him. "Calm down, Naruto, that is the reason I called you here. I ordered Kakashi and Sakura half an hour ago to leave immediately after packing for Suna, and you are to do the same. It is an S-rank mission for Team 7, go to Suna and get a clear picture of the situation. The main priority of the mission is saving the cage. So they came here 30 minutes before me, they might just be at the gate of the village. I will just run straight there," Naruto says. "Wait, Naruto-kun, don't you want to pack and get your things for the mission?" Shizune asks him. "Don't worry about that, Ne-chan," and brings forth his hand to show them a seal on his wrist. "This is a complex storage seal that I have on both of my wrists. The one on the right contains 30 of my Hiraishin kunais, while the left one contains 100 senbons in them." "Wait, you don't use standard kunais and shurikens?" Tsunade asks him. "Nope. I just need my 3-prong kunai to teleport, and with senbons, I can hit the pressure points of someone, and when coated with lightning chakra, they can stun a bit wherever they land. Also, he lifts his cloak a bit with his right hand. I have my katana with me, so don't worry about me, I will be fine. He was about to run when Tsunade tells him. You know that I will tell the village about your heritage today, right? Ah yes, I completely forgot about that. It would have been so fun watching them deny it at first and then drown in their self-pity. Although now I will have to constantly hear them call me, Naruto-sama, or shit all the time. Well, that's good that you are going on a mission today and will probably return in 3 to 4 days, Tsunade says and then looks at him with a bit of worry. I know you have grown strong, Naruto, both physically and mentally, but this is the Akatsuki we are talking about, so please take care of yourself. Naruto smiles and gives a mock salute to her. Watching him leave, Tsunade turns toward her assistant. Shizune, call in Team Guy. I will be sending them as a backup for Team 7. Hi, Tsunade-sama. West Gate of Konoha. Arriving at the gate, he sees Kakashi and Sakura already there and ready to leave. Quickly approaching them from behind, he shouts. Boo! Resulted in Sakura jumping in fear while Kakashi was just standing there reading his book and giving a wave off his hands. Naruto just smiles on seeing her piss herself. Naruto baka, don't do that. You scared me so much, and lifts her hand backward to pummel him to the ground, only for Naruto to catch her fist. Don't. Never try this again, Sakura. I would have eaten your punch before, but not now. Next time do something foolish and I will retaliate, completely shocking both of them but for different reasons. She has been the Hokage's apprentice for the past 3 years and learned her super strength. That punch was infused with a bit of chakra to send him flying, but he stopped it without any pressure, Kakashi notes and reminds them before things go further. We have a mission to do, Naruto, Sakura. So let us focus on that. Naruto, do you know the information regarding the mission? Hi, Kakashi-sensei, we have to reach Suna as quickly as possible. It takes 3 days to reach Suna if we go by civilian speed, however, we can reach there by tomorrow morning if we run at our fastest, so let us go. Kakashi informs them and starts running towards the village hidden in the sand. They had been running for 4 hours since they left and had stopped for a bit to let Sakura rest. Kuso. If I had come alone, I could have released my resistance seals and reached Suna faster. Although I cannot take on 2 Akatsuki members alone. This will be a test of sorts for me to see if I am prepared for them or not, Naruto thinks. 20 minutes later they were on the road again. It was evening and the sun was about to set in an hour. They had been running for hours and taking breaks in between to breathe a bit and drink water, well, mostly for Sakura. On their way, they had come across Temari and stopped just behind her. Temari turned around to see them. What are the 3 of you doing here? She doesn't know about Gaara, how could she? She was in the village till yesterday and left on the same morning, Kakashi thinks. Start running with us, Naruto informs her. Temari seemed confused by it, but Naruto grabs her hand and forces her to run while signaling Kakashi and Sakura to do so. Just start running and listen to me, Naruto informs her, and seeing her run, leaves her hand. Gaara has been taken by the Akatsuki the day before yesterday when I returned to the village. What? Tell me this is a joke, Naruto, Temari pleads, hoping against hope that he will say it. And to tell you a joke, 2 Jonins and a Chunin came running all the way from Konoha, Naruto tells her. Who were they and what did they look like? Do you know something? Kakashi replies to her question. An emergency message was sent from Suna which reached us this morning. They just told us about him being captured and asked to send help. The sooner we reach Suna, we will be able to ask the shinobis or higher-ups about their identity, Naruto replies. Temari lets a few tears drop on her cheeks. Naruto places a hand on her shoulder and comforts her by saying, Don't worry, Temari, we will save your brother. Gaara is a Jinchuriki like me and is probably one of my only friends. I will save him at all costs. You have also got Kakashi-sensei and Sakura with you, while smiling for her to see. Temari feels a bit relaxed on seeing the rest of them nod to her and smiles weakly. No matter how much you have changed, Naruto, there is still a bit of the old one left. You forgave your classmates yesterday and your positive attitude towards the ones you care about also hasn't changed. You asked me 3 years ago about going after Sasuke and you may not chase after him or show that you care about him, but maybe, just maybe there is still something in your heart for your once best friend. Kakashi smiles while thinking about him, not that anyone could see his smile beneath the mask. Alright, we should stop here and take a break for the night. Set up camps and collect a bit of firewood, Kakashi stops to tell them. But we have to reach Suna as quickly as possible. We don't have time to waste, Tamari replies with a bit of anger in her voice. It would be of no use, Tamari. It is pretty dark now and we could easily get lost in the desert. At least in the morning, we can see to reach there quickly. We will wake up at 5 in the morning to leave, Naruto informs her. Tamari knows that he is correct but couldn't fathom anything in front of Gaara's life. She walks away from them to cry while Naruto turns to see Kakashi setting up camps and Sakura breaking wood for a fire. Looking at them being busy, he decides to console her. He walks toward her to see her silently crying standing against a tree. He places a hand on her shoulder and is quickly tackled by her. He wraps his cloak around her body using his hands and hugs her while letting her cry it out. Naruto, he hears her speak silently. Will he be okay? I would be lying to you, Tamari, if I said that he would be fine, Naruto says and feels her body tense a bit against his, but we have to hope for the best and pray that he is still alive. Why? Why does it always happen to him? Father didn't let him have a normal childhood to make him a weapon, and after you saved him, he was truly happy for the first time. Why did it have to happen now, Naruto? He had no answer to that question and started rubbing her back a bit to comfort her. I don't know, Tamari, I don't know. They stay like that for 5 minutes when Naruto looks down to see that she had slept in his embrace in the warmth of the cloak around her. Picking her up in bridal style, he returns to the camp and lays her in a tent. Eating the food Kakashi had prepared with Sakura's help and then went to sleep in his tent, removing his cloak to hang it behind him. Walking up early the next morning, Naruto uses a small sweetened justu to wash his face and set his hair a bit. Picking up his black cloak, he throws it in a semicircle and wraps the cloth around himself and closes the button up top to join the left and right parts of the cloak to hide his body except for his shoes and showing a bit of his leather jeans. Leaving his tent, he walks up to see Kakashi, Tamari, and Sakura ready to leave. Nodding to them, he creates a clone to close his tent while running ahead with the rest to follow. They reached the gates of Suna in about 2 hours of running through the desert but were stopped by the guards there. Halt. State your purpose here. We are here on the orders of the Hokage to help Suna and find its cage. Also, we brought along someone with us, Naruto says and moves aside for the guards to see Tamari. They quickly bow to her. Tamari Dono. It is good to see you here. Tamari just nods to them and walks into the village with the rest 3 following her. She comes across a sand Jonin and asks her. XYZ, AN, I am really bad at making a new name for anyone, so please just go with it. They are there for a conversation or two anyways. Where is Gaara? Do you know what happened? And I don't see Kankuro anywhere. Tell me everything. Relax, Tamari. Ask her one question at a time. You are overwhelming her. Naruto tells her. Now Kunoichi-san, please tell us what you know. She blushes on seeing Naruto and stammers a bit in her reply. Kankuro-san was poisoned and he is in the hospital. You should go there to ask Baki-san about the situation, XYZ says. Giving a quick thank you to her, they make their way towards the hospital. Asking the receptionist about his room, they go onto the 2nd floor and go into his room. Naruto looks around the room to see a few medic ninjas around Kankuro, trying to heal him while he is writhing in pain. Sakura and Tamari immediately rush toward him to help while 2 elderly people are in the room. The male between them looks at him and Kakashi with indifference, but the female one has a look of recognition on her face. Naruto quickly concludes that she may have recognized Kakashi and watches as she calls him a jerk and runs to attack him. But in a swift movement, Naruto holds the handle of his katana and stands in her path. Dodging her punch, he moves behind her and takes out his katana from underneath the cloak, and places it on her neck. Make one move, you wrinkly old hag, and your head will be separated from its shoulders, Naruto warns her while there is absolute silence in the room, some sweating a bit from the predicament. Now tell me, what are you trying to do by suddenly attacking Sensei? I will never forget what he did back then. White Fang of the Leaf, I shall avenge the death of my son by defeating him today, Chio tells while trying not to move an inch. She had to take his warning seriously when he could get behind her like that. You stupid idiot, Naruto blatantly calls her that in front of her shinobi who have their mouth agape. Look at him carefully, he resembles the White Fang because he is his son, Kakashi Hatake. With that, he removes his sword from her neck and sheathes it back in the scabbard. Moreover, the White Fang of the Leaf died years ago, the male of the two informs her while Chio takes some time to process the situation. Gotcha. I was only pretending to be senile, Chio says while laughing awkwardly. Naruto just shakes his head at that. Get a checkup done and next time don't do something so stupid, I might not stop, Naruto informs her. All right Naruto, that's enough. We are here to help them, Kakashi says while walking in. Kankuro's scream gathers the attention of the rest of them as Sakura walks forward to check him. Checking his eyes, mouth and hearing his heartbeat, she says. They seem to have used a heavy metal-based toxin on him. It's the type that acts upon the muscles to destroy the cells. Please give me his health report, Sakura tells the meds who are astounded by her quick assessment. Well, she has done some training in the last 3 years. She is not completely useless as I thought she would be. Although I can still tell that she loves Sasuke and hasn't gotten over it, Naruto muses. Going through the sheets of his medical report, she tells the ninjas to immediately bring her some ingredients to make an antidote for the poison. While she checks on him, Naruto looks towards Baki. Baki-san, please tell all the information about what happened in the village. He requests him while Tamari stands nearby to hear as well. A man who called himself Deidara attacked the village. He was wearing a black cloak with red clouds on them. He started bombing the buildings of our village, forcing Gaara to use his sand to block them and fight him. He fought for a long time against him but at the same time had to protect the villagers as well. He used that to his advantage and exhausted Gaara and took him unconscious. While Baki was informing them about this, Naruto watched as Sakura removed the toxins from Kankuro's body and saved him from danger. He was very impressed by her now. Consider me impressed, Sakura. I know the basics of medical ninjutsu and studied human anatomy. I know how to perform a couple of surgeries, one of them being eye surgery, although I won't be able to do any on others because of the Kyuubi's chakra. I might have taken you for granted. There won't be a difference between you and me if because of the past I start treating you badly. He then takes out a bingo book from a storage seal present on the inside of his cloak and searches for Deidara's entry in it. Deidara, S-rank missing ninja from Iowa. Said to have tried to explode the Tsuchikage when he disrespected his art, whatever the fuck that means. Uses clay to make explosives from them. Don't most of the Iowa ninjas have Doden-style jutsus? We will have to wait and see, Naruto thinks while closing his book and sealing it. Excuse me for inquiring, but what is the follow-up to the Akatsuki pursuit? Kakashi questions Baki. A tracking unit was sent out but they have yet to contact us. Judging from the situation, it's likely that we have no lead to them. Baki-sama, Kankuro has awoken. Informs a random sand medic as Kakashi, Naruto, and Baki enter on hearing that. You are already back, Tamari. Kankuro asks her weakly. I had to come back as soon as I heard the village was in crisis. Sorry for making you worry. Naruto decides to intervene in their talk. Forgive me for interfering and it is good to see that you are all right, Kankuro, but we have to save Gaara as well, so if you could please tell us anything of help, Naruto requests him. The enemy force was 2 in number. I fought his partner outside the village but he beat me easily. I was able to gather a piece of his clothing, all you have to do is follow its smell, Kankuro tells them. I thought it was weird when only one Akatsuki was spotted in the village. They usually travel in a pair, Naruto says. Kankuro watches him for a few seconds to recognize him. Uzumaki. Naruto, is it? While Naruto just grins and gives him a small wave of his hand. Kuchio's no jutsu. Kakashi summons a pack of dogs and tells them to track the scent from the cloth while he sends Pakun to inform Guy about the new lead and get them there. Chiyo-ba-sama and Ebizo Jii-sama. Kankuro exclaims as he turns to his right. I want to hear it one more time from your mouth. There is no mistake that one of the two enemies was Sasori, is that correct? She asks him while Kankuro looks down. What about it, Kankuro? Ebizo asks him. Hi, it was Sasori of the Red Sand. He said so himself. Meanwhile, in the laboratory, Sakura was able to make the antidote for the poison with the help of others. It had been around noon when it was prepared and she had given it to Kankuro. In an hour the tracking team had returned while the Leaf Ninjas took a bit off rest after traveling the whole day yesterday. Kakashi, I have found their location. They are in a cave somewhere in between Konoha and Sand Village, Pakun informs them as Kakashi shows him a map to mark it. And what about Guy's team? Did you give them the message? Kakashi asks him. Hi, they were closer to the cave as they were traveling from Konoha. They are on the way to the cave. Kakashi nods at the information as he summons him. All right, let us prepare and go, Kakashi says as Naruto makes a clone and orders it to inform the Sand Ninjas in Kankuro's room. They arrive at the village gate after 5 minutes to see a few Sand Shinobis standing there with Baki, Tamari, and Chiyo. A team of 4 would have been fine for the mission, don't you think? Kakashi asks the gathered shinobi. The council has ordered for most of the ninjas to stay in the village and protect it. They think that if word got out of the cage being captured, then we may be prone to attack, Baki informs them. I will request them to send a team or 2 for backup as quickly as possible, Tamari says and then holds Naruto's hand. Naruto, please bring my little brother back alive. Don't worry Tamari, I will do my best to save him, he tells her as she leaves his hand. Chiyo comes forward and says. I will be accompanying you, Leaf Ninjas, on the mission. I don't want to miss the chance of confronting the grandchild. Also, I don't trust the life of my cage in the hands of Konoha shinobis, one of who killed my child. Naruto was already frustrated with her coming with them and now she had to go and say that. Shut the fuck up you silly bitch, your village is only sending an old lady for rescuing their cage. Suna would owe Konoha big time if we rescue him but Gaara is my friend and his safety becomes my concern as well, he says to her while looking her in the eye while the rest are stunned as he casually called a village elder like that. He then channels the Kyuubi's chakra a bit making his eyes go red with slits appearing in them. So for the rest of the trip, you will stay quiet because if you get on my nerve, I will kill you before you see your grandson and blame it on the Akatsuki. No one will question me about that, he warns her and gets a fearful nod in return. Reverting his eyes back to their normal ocean-less blue, he starts running in the direction of the cave with Kakashi and Sakura following him. Chiyo stays still for some time but returns when Tamari taps her shoulder a bit. They will leave you behind Chiyo-ba-sama. Oh and be wary of the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi, she says while smirking a bit at seeing the elder be put in her place. Chiyo wipes the sweat from her face and follows behind them. Zetsu had sensed both the teams and as he was watching Naruto and the group advancing to their location, he merges with the ground to tell the leader about it. I thought I was dreaming or something. I sensed someone near the 3 of us and was correct when I saw a flicker of sunlight near the tree. So the Akatsuki have a spy in them that can stay translucent and can travel through the ground but he is good. I wasn't able to pinpoint his position if not for the reflection, Naruto concludes as soon as he sensed another emotion other than the 3 with him. In the cave, Leader Sama, there are 2 teams approaching us quickly. One is from Konoha and the other is coming from Suna. Who are they? The one from Konoha has Might Guy in them while Kakashi Hatake and the Kyuubi Jinchuriki are present in the team from Suna. Zetsu reports to him. We will have to stop them from disturbing the process. We need another 30 minutes for it to finish, the leader says. Kisame jumps on the opportunity to fight Guy. The taijutsu freak I will fight him. I have a personal quarrel with him, he mentions. Fine then, Kisame and Itachi, you are to stop them from interfering with the ceiling. Use the impersonation jutsu on the two ninjas Sasori brought with him. Nodding at his orders, they left the rest to confront them. Kisame reached Guy and his team first as they were closer to the place. Naruto senses someone coming toward them and stops everyone. A few seconds later, Itachi drops near them in his Akatsuki cloak. Don't look into his eyes, he can put you in a genjutsu through it, Kakashi informs them as they lower their grazes except for Naruto. Then how are we supposed to fight him, sensei? Sakura asks while Kakashi uncovers his left eye. You watch the movements of his feet and predict his movements, he tells them. Uchiha Itachi, how long has it been? 3 years since you last came for me, Naruto says directly looking at him. Did you not listen to me, Naruto? I just said to not look him in the eye. Naruto doesn't pay any attention to it. It has been a while, Naruto-kun, but you will have to come with me, Itachi says while trapping him in a genjutsu. Although he is surprised to see him smirk at that. Genjutsu of that level doesn't work on me, Itachi, Naruto states. A genjutsu can be broken if someone else's chakra enters the person caught in a genjutsu. And I have a chakra beast in me, it is quite easy to break out of it now. Itachi had to admit that he was impressed a bit by that. Well then, what about this? And channels more chakra into his eyes, changing it into the Mangekyo Sharingan. Oh, fuck but it was too late as he hears, Tsukuyomi. He appears in a world with the surrounding red and he is tied on a post in AT pose. Tsukuyomi world. Welcome to my world, Naruto-kun, in which I control space and time. For the next 3 days, you will watch everyone dear to you die painfully while in the real world only a few seconds would have passed. He then makes him watch as numerous Itachis appear behind the people he cares about and kill them. He turns around to see Naruto when he doesn't hear him scream and sees that Naruto has no emotion on his face while watching it all. Seriously, Itachi, you think I would believe all of this to be real? It worked on Sasuke because you showed him the things that actually happened and also because he was all but 7 or 8 at that time, Naruto says while looking at him. Itachi was impressed by that and not just a bit this time. You have improved a lot and become strong in the past 3 years, Naruto-kun. To be able to force me to use Tsukuyomi on you speaks a lot about you. Itachi then creates various clones of Naruto hanging the same way as him on a post and starts stabbing them with swords. This is also not real, Naruto-kun. You will have no stab marks after this, but you will feel pain, Itachi informs him. Brilliant. To be able to cause pain to others through genjutsu, it is unbelievable, Naruto says in between pants. You are clearly feeling the pain if your labored breathing suggests anything, but you are not screaming in pain. You have built some pain resistance during the training, Naruto-kun? I always wanted to ask you something. Itachi stops at that. Why did you kill everyone from the children from the Uchiha clan to adults and old people but let your brother live? Heck, you didn't even leave your parents alive. Itachi seemed to consider some things for a few seconds as various emotions flew through him, and though he didn't show it on his face, Naruto was easily able to sense them. I just wanted to test myself and left Sasuke alive because of his potential. Ha! Who are you kidding? Didn't you already kill the entire clan and test yourself? There must be a few among them to have the Mangekyo Sharingan amongst them. My own mother had it. She awakened it the night your mother died in the Kyuubi attack, Itachi says and watches Naruto for any reaction at the mention of his mother. So you know about your parents. She hid it from everyone in the clan, but I saw it once when she was standing in front of the mirror to see it herself. There you go. You had many people to test your capability against, but you still left Sasuke alive. Why not finish him as well? As I said, he has greater potential in him than the rest of the clan, and I wanted to test myself against him. For that I needed him to grow strong and have the same eyes as me. And you told him to grow strong by relying on hatred. Brilliant. He has gone to Orochimaru for the power to kill you, and it doesn't matter to him as long as you are dead. Naruto then drops another bomb on him. You didn't kill the entire clan alone, did you? You had help. A 14-year-old can't kill so many people alone even if they are a genius like Uchiha Itachi. Naruto senses a bit of surprise in him at that sentence, but then an emotionless mask takes over him. I don't know from where you are drawing these conclusions, Naruto-kun, but they are all wrong. And continues the torture. You would have fooled someone else, Itachi, but bad luck for that. I can sense people's emotions that I got from the Kyuubi. I will find the truth of what went wrong with the kid who loved my mother as an aunt. You became a serious matter for me as soon as I heard that, Naruto thinks. In the real world, Kakashi watched as Naruto fell to his knees after a few seconds of being put in Itachi's visual genjutsu and was breathing heavily. Are you fine, Naruto? He asks him. Naruto struggles to get on his feet but eventually does. Yeah, I am fine. Although he did quite a number on me, Naruto replies while breathing heavily. He isn't unconscious from the Tsukuyomi or on the ground like I was the last time, but still I can't risk him to fight, Kakashi thinks. Naruto, you stay back and let me handle it. Sakura check Naruto to make sure that he is okay. Kakashi orders both as he goes through hand signs while Sakura moves Naruto near a tree and does a medical scan on him. He smells so nice from this close and I can feel his muscles right now. But he has been quite detached from me since he returned and blocked my punch earlier as well. Maybe I did something that he is acting towards me like this. I should ask him, but not at this time. Sakura ponders and is pulled out of her thoughts when she hears Kakashi fight with Itachi. Fists are exchanged and kunais cling against kunais as they fight each other. Itachi launches a fireball at him which hits Kakashi dead on. Dread fills in Sakura, but she breathes in relief when Kakashi jumps from the ground beneath Itachi to try and punch him, but he dodges the punch. Kakashi jumps back a bit and forms hand signs midair and says, Sweden. Kurigakure no Jutsu. It would have worked on regular shinobis, Kakashi-san, but with my Sharingan, I can easily pick up your movement, Itachi tells him. I know, but the goal was to blind your vision even if it is little. Itachi seemed curious about that and senses a kunai flying coming toward his head. He shifts his head to the left thinking of it as a regular kunai but is surprised as pain shot through his stomach. Consider yourself lucky that I want to know the truth about the Uchiha clan massacre or the sword would have flown through your neck, Naruto whispers so that only he could hear it. To think that you would be able to do the fourth prized jutsu, you are really his son Naruto-kun, Itachi says and smiles the tiniest bit someone could while dropping to the ground. The fog clears and Kakashi, Sakura, and Chio come out to find him fine and Itachi, on the ground with his face on the soil. Damn you for treating me like a kid and calling me Naruto-kun. Also, that tiny smile of yours at my accomplishment confirms that there is a bigger picture behind your actions, otherwise why would you be happy when you are ordered to capture me? Naruto thinks, intent on finding everything even if it meant entering the Hokage's office to steal some files not meant for ordinary shinobi to see. Thank God he is dead. Now we can convince Sasuke-kun to come back to the village and stay with me. Yes, Sakura says, trying to hide her slip-up. Naruto shakes his head at her. When she was starting to win his respect, she does this. She had his respect as a shinobi, although that varied on the situation. This is not Itachi. He wouldn't have died so easily and with just a stab of my katana, Naruto says while Sakura and Chio look at him in confusion while Kakashi had probably arrived at the same conclusion. Naruto turns over the man with his leg to see a completely different person wearing the cloak. He is a Jonin from Sunagakure, but how is he in the Uchiha's place? Chio questions, confused by the whole predicament. Possibly an ability of one of the Akatsuki members to use him as bait with somehow showing Itachi's face. Sakura asks. No, he had the same Mangekyo Sharingan as him along with its ability. He also could not have the memories of the real Itachi, Naruto mentions. It looks like a jutsu that creates the exact duplicates of them which they are somehow able to control from someplace and knows the knowledge of their jutsus, Kakashi remarks. Whatever the jutsu is, it was clearly a diversion to stop and we have wasted a good 20 minutes here. We need to move, Naruto tells them as they start running to the cave while a crow is watching them from a nearby tree with a Sharingan implanted in its left eye. In the cave, Itachi and Kisame both opened their eyes at the same time. It looks like you are finished as well, Kisame says. Hi, I ran out of chakra fighting them. Hey, those things only had 30% of our chakra in them, Kisame states. Doesn't matter, only 10 minutes are left in the ceiling and they will take time in reaching here and opening the cave, the leader informs them. Deidara, Sasori, I want you both to fight them when they reach the cave. Hi leader Sama, Deidara utters and then looks to Itachi. Itachi, my man, how strong was the Kyuubi Jinchuriki and what does he look like? He was the first out as he easily got caught in my genjutsu. He has blonde hair with red tips and is wearing a black cloak on him, Itachi tells him, half lying about the genjutsu part making them underestimate Naruto. They didn't ask which genjutsu now, did they? Back with Naruto. They reached a clearing and saw water flowing through a ravine and spotted Team Guy down there near a boulder. You are late, Kakashi, Guy said while turning behind making everyone in his team do so to see Team 7 land in the water. Well, you see, we got caught up in something troublesome along the way, Kakashi replies to him. Kakashi, by troublesome, you certainly don't mean me, do you? Chio jokingly says. Oh, he does. Believe me, he does, Naruto replied instead, causing Kakashi to smile a bit under his mask. Now, shall we do this, Kakashi? Guy asks, probably the few times he was serious. Hi, Kakashi nods. Guy creates a bit of distance and runs to punch the boulder when Naruto extends his right hand out to hold his fist and stops him without any effort. It's of no use, Guy-sensei, there is a barrier seal present on it. A 5-seal barrier to be precise, Naruto says while returning his hand under his cloak, not seeing the bewildered look on Team Guy and Kakashi as he stopped his punch. Hi, he is right, Chio agrees with him, making him believe that she knows a bit of sealing art. Then how do we remove the seal, Naruto? Tenten asks him. There are 4 other tags like this present in all the north, south, west, and east directions. To get in the cave we would have to remove all the tags simultaneously, Naruto informs them. Can't you just overwrite the seal somehow, Naruto, you know, being a seal master and such? Kakashi questions him while receiving a shake of the head in reply. It will take a lot of time for me to first understand the working of the seal and the other 4 tags working along with it. We have to count that as well. Then creating another seal to counter this one will take a lot of time as this is a very complex barrier seal. All right then, Guy, you move along with your team in the directions of these tags and the 4 of you along with me will be on wireless radio for removing them at the same time, Kakashi tells them. Each member of his team gives a nod and runs to their destination. After about 20 minutes Kakashi hears Guy speak from his microphone. I have arrived at my position. This is Neji. I am in position. Yosh. I have found mine too. Tenten here. I have reached my place as well. All right, Team Guy, on the count of 3 remove the tags. 1, 2, 3, Kakashi removes the tag on 3 and jumps back if a problem has occurred with the process. After a couple of seconds, he gives a nod to Sakura who rushes to punch the boulder and smash it into pieces. Kakashi signals them to go in while each member of Team Guy is facing a strong clone of themselves to hold them off. We are late, Kakashi says while Chio is looking at Sasori. Naruto sees Deidara standing on a bird with Gaara in its mouth. You are about 30 minutes late, we already sealed the Aikibi from him. Naruto takes a few deep breaths while clenching and unclenching his hands a bit. I don't get angry a lot of the time, but you are not going to see tomorrow's sun, of that I will make sure, Naruto declares. Deidara chuckles at the warning, not taking it seriously. You have to catch me first for that, he says as he flies out of the cage with Gaara. Sakura, stay with Lady Chio as she will fight her grandson and you have a few antidotes for his poison. Kakashi-sensei, with me, Naruto whispers to them and runs out to chase Deidara. Kakashi removes his headband to reveal his Sharingan as he follows Naruto out. They see Deidara in the air on his clay bird and watch as he takes out a small bird from his hand. Experience true art as an explosion, he said and threw the bird at them. In a puff of smoke, its size increased as both Kakashi and Naruto jumped sideways to dodge it. Katsu, they heard Deidara say as the clay bird exploded near them. He uses his hands somehow to make objects of clay that can explode. And the size can vary, seeing the bird change its size midair. His left hand is missing, probably Gaara did it, Naruto thinks as he watches him fly away from them. They had been chasing him for the past 10 minutes while having to dodge various explosive birds along the way. Deidara then stopped when they reached a large clearing and looked at them. He put his right hand in his pouch and started collecting clay. Try and dodge this for a change, chakra level C1 explosives, he says, and created several small balls of clay and threw them at Kakashi and Naruto. Naruto throws his left hand towards them and unleashes a chain of senbons from the seal on his left wrist while going through a couple of single-hand seals with his right hand. Raiden. Senbon Sutorimu, lightning style, Senbon stream. The senbons get coated in lightning chakra and impale the clay balls, leaving only one without a senbon that explodes. Why did you leave one of them to explode, Naruto? Kakashi asks, intrigued by it. I wanted to test something. I wanted to see if the explosive jutsus he uses are based on Earth style or not. Those clay balls did not explode, that got struck by a lightning senbon through them. So lightning-based jutsus will work against him, he informs Kakashi. Kakashi was impressed by his quick analysis of the opponent's attacks. How did you find it so quickly, Naruto? It would have taken me around 5 minutes to figure it out. Naruto smirked a bit at that. Read it in the bingo book that he is an Iwa missing ninja, thought that he used Earth release for his attacks, Naruto tells Kakashi. Anyways, sensei, we need long-range lightning jutsus to bring him down. I have one, but it is not that fast to reach him quickly. I also don't have any attacks like those. Wait, Naruto, can't you throw the 3-pronged kunai of yours at him and teleport behind him? It wouldn't do us any good. He is so high in the air and he could easily maneuver past the kunai, leaving me hanging in the air. If he is on land, it would be a bit easy to kill him with by channeling Raiden chakra through my katana, Naruto informs him while trying to sense any other attacks from Deidara. Then we have to find a way to bring him down from his bird. Kakashi has an idea in his mind for that. Oi, are you both ignoring me? I will show you, Deidara says and drops a big amount of clay on the ground. The clay materializes into a couple of disfigured bodies and starts running to them. They both attack the clay thingy with kicks and punches first, but Kakashi cuts one with a kunai, dropping it on the ground. Naruto also takes out his sword and channels lightning chakra through it and cuts it into pieces. But they are connected with each other in a line of clay, and the pieces that they slashed grew up into more bodies and surrounded them both. Sensing trouble, both Kakashi and Naruto quickly perform kawarimi with different logs just in time as the group of clay exploded, creating a big smoke screen. This is not working, sensei. We need to do something about it, Naruto says as he sheathes his sword while looking around to use the surroundings as an advantage. Naruto, I will take down the bird in one shot, but you will have to do the rest because it will take a lot out of me. Naruto nods at that and creates a clone to take care of Gaara while he will go after Deidara. He watches as Kakashi forced more chakra into his Sharingan eye as it changes and takes a new form. I really do not know how to describe a Mangekyo Sharingan pattern. You should know what it looks like, otherwise, you wouldn't be here reading this. The smoke coming from the explosion had caused a hindrance in Deidara's view, and he watched as his clay bird was swirling and getting sucked into something. Naruto watched in fascination as some part of the bird disappeared from the air. For a moment he forgot his job. He got his bearings back as the clone caught a falling Gaara and leapt away with him, while the real Naruto was upon Deidara in an instant and hit him with a Rasengan in the stomach. But to his shock, he turned into a clay clone and had caught his arm in it. A hand catches his right leg as he looks down to see Deidara's head solidifying from the clay left by the bird. You thought I would go down so easily, I am always prepared for the worst. Your partner, Sharingan no Kakashi, is down from using that weird jutsu. It took a heavy toll on him. Now let us see how you will live through this. This time, it's over for real. Eat my C4, Deidara exclaims. He chews the clay in his mouth and forms an inflated copy of himself which covers Naruto's entire body, as he was not able to free his right arm through the clone's stomach. He was also not in the best condition to fight after going through Itachi's Tsukuyomi. It seems as if you are lacking chakra, You don't even have the strength left to dodge. Deidara asks him while stepping away from him as he watches the Kyuubi Jinchuriki trapped in his C4 explosive. Inside your arm and your whole body are invisible C4 explosives that will explode your whole body, Jinchuriki or not. Kakashi was on his feet, having just recovered from the exhaustion of using the Kamui for the first time when he watched Naruto completely absorbed by the clay body of Deidara. He has explosives all inside my body. Even if I somehow leave this inflated copy of his and free my hand from the clone, he could easily explode me. Even the Kyuubi's chakra would not help me. I have to think of something fast. Naruto considers his option. Deidara formed the half-ram sign and shouts, Katsu, to see the area where Naruto was exploding. Thinking that he had won, he was going to try and run from Kakashi if possible, but was punched in the chin from below. He flew in the air for some time and landed a few feet away to look in Naruto standing there with a few burnt marks on his face and hand. Although they had started healing with the help of the Kyuubi's chakra, and his clothes had also started repairing themselves. How did you escape my C4 blast? It was the best art I had ever created. I saw you getting captured by the C4 explosive body, meaning they were present inside you. How did you survive the blast? Deidara shouts while asking the question. I had figured out the basics behind your jutsus, and as it turns out, Doden-style jutsus are weak against Raiden-style jutsus, and guess who has Raiden as their chakra nature? So I used an A-rank technique called Raiden Heki no Jutsu, lightning burst technique, and channeled electric current throughout my body to make the explosives ineffective, Naruto explained, leaving out the part where he had to ask the Kyuubi for a bit of chakra. That's impossible. Only the Raikages are supposed to be able to channel Raiden chakra through their body. You are clearly lying, Deidara exclaims, not believing in his answer. They are able to continuously channel their Raiden chakra throughout their body and do it for many hours. I am at best able to hold it for 30 minutes, and this doesn't provide me with the speed as it does for them. Clearly, there is some other process to gain their speed. It's done for you now, Deidara, Naruto says as he creates a single-hand Rasengan and shoves it in his gut. He watched as Deidara went flying away, smashing a couple of trees in his path. Naruto walks towards him with Kakashi following him, heavily breathing a bit. Deidara had his stomach clothing ripped and blood coming from there and from the corner of his mouth. I will give you the credit for it, Kyuubi no Jinchuriki, for forcing me in this position. But this is the end of the road for you. I don't care if I am not allowed to kill a Jinchuriki like you, I will take you down with me. With that he starts eating the clay himself and starts to swell up a bit. Both Naruto and Kakashi, sensing the danger, quickly try to escape, but they are not fast enough to outrun it. They see the explosion nearing them as Naruto looks on helplessly. He would not be able to throw a Hiraishin kunai fast enough and escape while leaving Kakashi alone. But his death never arrived as he saw the same swirling in the air from before, sucking in the explosion. He looks to the side and watches as Kakashi has his Mangekyo Sharingan active and using some space-time ability of the Sharingan. He catches Kakashi when he falls back from exhaustion. Naruto orders the clone with Gaara to take him to Suna, at least they can bury him somewhere. He blew himself up just to kill us with him, what a mad lad, Kakashi says in between heavy pants. Naruto was going to nod to that when he sensed a few emotions, a bit of worry in the person's body. Looking around he spots a movement near a bush and performing a quick shunshin kicks Deidara back in the clearing. It was a good try to fool us into thinking that you killed yourself, but unfortunately it didn't work. Didn't I warn you earlier, that I would kill you for what you did to Gaara? Naruto says as he looks at him. I thought that I would be able to escape and fight another day but I guess not, he says and removes his mesh shirt that allows both leaf ninjas to look at a weird big mouth near his heart. Taking out the last of the clay from his pouch, he feeds it into the chest mouth. This is the end for both of you. Kakashi won't be able to use his jutsu as he is winded from using it earlier. Try and escape this, it will cover an area of 2 kilometers in the blast radius. Witness my ultimate art. I have decided to kill Deidara a bit early than canon because at the end he is going to be revived with the Edo Tensei anyways so it shouldn't matter. Kakashi was worried and tried to activate his Mangekyo again but he wasn't used to using it in a real battle. Naruto quickly thinks and teleports to Kakashi. Don't question at such a time sensei, place a hand on my shoulder, he says and goes through quick hand seals while Kakashi places his hand on Naruto's shoulder. Yuku Kuchio's no jutsu. They disappear in a plume of smoke. Reappearing after 2 minutes, they see a massive crater in the forest. Walking around a bit Naruto notices a ring on the ground with the kanji, say, on it meaning, blue. He seals the ring in his pocket as anything the Akatsuki uses may have a reason behind it. Walking up to Kakashi he says. Are you alright sensei? Yeah, that was good thinking reverse summoning us to the land of toads. Naruto smiles at him. Thanks for the compliment but I got overconfident both times underestimating him. I just assumed that he died when on our first mission you told us that as ninjas we have to expect the worst, Naruto states and then looks at Kakashi, will you be able to walk, or should we wait for a bit? I will be able to walk but wouldn't be able to run for a while. Where is Gaara? I told my clone to take him to Suna and, I didn't know what else to do with it, but it was difficult for him to think of a response. Kakashi places a hand on his shoulder. We tried our best Naruto, you tried your absolute best but you have to understand that you can't save everyone. Hi sensei, and turns around to walk towards Suna with a single tear flowing down his cheeks as he wipes it off. Looking down, he finds his cloth fine with all the explosions going around with just dust on them. Guess the durability and self-repair seals placed on them came in use. Running for 20 minutes from tree to tree, they land in a clearing watching to see several sand shinobi gathered in a circle with Temari, Sakura, and Team Guy standing near Gaara while Chio was sitting near him and trying to heal him. What does she want to accomplish with the jutsu she is trying to do? Naruto questions no one. She is using a jutsu to revive the Kazekage from the dead, Kyuubi replies to him. Oh Kyuubi, long time no see, are here, whatever, you get the gist of it. There's a jutsu to revive people from the dead like the Edo Tensei. No, she is giving her life in exchange for his life. It's the Kisho Tensei jutsu, one's own life reincarnation, the Kyuubi informs him. You sure have a lot of knowledge about different things, huh? But the old woman has recently had a fight and by the looks of it, she doesn't have enough chakra in her to carry out the jutsu, no one here has except you. Contemplating things for a second, he goes forward and sits on his knees while placing his right hand on top of hers and forcing his chakra through it. I have been a bit rude to you earlier but, thank you. Thank you for considering doing this, Naruto says while looking at Gaara as Chio smiles at him and finishes the technique. Sakura takes hold of her body as Tamari helps Gaara stand. He groggily opens his eyes and looks around to see a lot of people and then sees a blonde mop of hair with a bit of red who was covered in black. Opening his eyes he sees who it is to see Naruto standing near him with a small smile. Naruto, is that you? Naruto gives him a wave and then bows. At your service, Kazekage-sama. Making the people around smile a bit. But how? They captured me and I felt it, Shukaku leaving my body. Gaara questions as Tamari tells him about Chio. Chio-ba-sama, she used a jutsu to exchange her life for yours. She said that she had lived long enough and would happily do it. Gaara watched her for a few seconds and he said, "Everyone please, bow your head and stay in silence for a minute for her sacrifice." They all lowered their head and kept quiet for a minute. What is this feeling? I should be happy that Gaara is alive and well, but I cannot show it. The sorrow behind her sacrifice at this moment means more than the happiness that he is alive. Naruto thinks. Well, Team 7 and Team Guy, let's head back for Konoha so we can report to the Hokage as soon as possible, Kakashi says while Lee and Guy started shouting about racing to Konoha. I must insist for every one of you to stay and rest for a bit. You can stay in the village for 2 days and leave for Konoha the day after tomorrow, Gaara says while Tamari nods at the suggestion. What's the hurry, Kakashi-sensei? We reached Suna in a day and a half where it should have taken us 2 or 3 days. And then we fought an S-rank ninja, didn't we? Naruto says while Sakura and Tenten sigh in relief of not having to run again after such a tiring day. Naruto, this was an important mission. It was a village emergency in Suna and we had to respond immediately. We can't rest here when Tsunade-sama would be worried and want any information on the mission, Kakashi says. Naruto gives a smirk at his response and bites his thumb and goes through quick hand seals. Kuchio's no jutsu. In a puff of smoke, a small slug appeared on the ground, making everyone double-check the scene before them. Good evening, Katsuyu-sama. Please tell Ba-chan that the Kazekage retrieval mission is a success and there are no casualties on both the teams. We will rest up today and tomorrow and start for Konoha the day after yesterday and reach Konoha in 3 days from today. I will do so, Naruto-kun, she says and vanishes in a puff of smoke. Naruto smiles at that and then turns to look at everyone who were staring at him. Didn't you summon a toad when you fought me for the first time? Gaara asks him. Look, the job's done, we get to rest and explore the village while the Hokage will get the information needed, so what is the harm? The rest of them nod and don't bother to further question him. Back in Sunagakure, they had returned to the village and booked some rooms in the hotel to stay for the night and tomorrow. Naruto had decided to take a walk late in the night. Most of the village was sleeping with only a few shinobis patrolling the areas. He was just enjoying the cool breeze of the night and thinking about the events of the day. So the Akatsuki is on the move. They have got the one-tailed beast Shukaku, and with me being the Jinchuriki of the 9 tails, there are 7 like me and Gaara left. Hopefully, Ero Sennin is able to get some information about them, Naruto thinks while kicking a stone that was in the way. They have got one of your brothers, is it, Kyuubi? Naruto says to the beast. He is no brother of mine, brat, don't categorize him with me, Kyuubi responds. Oh, shut up. I don't know the full truth of your origins, but I can bet on you that wherever you all came from was a common source, Naruto responds to him. Think whatever you like to ninjin, I can't stop you from doing that, can I now? You know calling you Kyuubi is quite troublesome, come one tell me your name, he says. That is my name. I was given the name by humans and kept it, Kyuubi informs him. Do you really think of me as a fool? It would have worked on my 13-year self but not me. The one tail is called Shukaku, isn't he? So tell me. And why should I tell my name to an insolent whelp like you? Come on, it's not fair. You know my name as well, although never call me by that. I also won't call you by your name till you say so, Naruto pleads to him. Fine, my name is, the Kyuubi says and looks at him to find him closely listening, not telling. I am not a shinobi or human that I have to listen to you. Ha ha ha. Dude, fuck you. I was so into it. Well then, from now on I will call you, Furball, till the time you tell me your name. You pathetic human, don't you dare call me that. I will not be disrespected by you like that, Kyuubi warns him but looks on as he just smiles. Hi, I get it, he jokes and decides to go to bed while a crow with a Sharingan is perched atop a